Hello everyone and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm your host, Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And I'm so glad to have all of you here with me this afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you happen to be. If you're here with us live, go ahead and click that live chat button and feel invited to make any requests that you have for your personal healing, whether it's something general or specific. We're going to start off with building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to your requests. You can request specific stones or let me choose them for you, whatever feels better for you. If you are watching this on the replay, hello from the past, you can go ahead and see my regular days and times for streaming if you want to join me live, listed in the description below. And for all of you, if you want to learn more about online Reiki classes with me or my community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, all of it is linked in the description below. So thank you again so much for being here. And let's go ahead and see what requests we have. Already got our crystal grid started off. I kept a few of the things from the 4 o'clock stream because I thought that they'd be really helpful. As usual, we have our copper here. This helps to break up the energy, get it moving, get it flowing. We have citrine, which helps with manifesting material wealth and abundance in that regard, as well as basic needs and that sort of thing. And we also have peridot, which in addition to friendship, finding and cultivating the friendships that are best for us, it also helps us to break up cycles. So if you're looking to leave old relationship patterns behind and embrace new ones, this is a great one for you. And let's go ahead and see who is in the chat. It's good to see you all. Let's see. Here we go. So we've got Korakar, Jen Vatsa. I know I saw Grace in there. Hello. Chris, welcome back. And JS, welcome back. Good to see everybody. Awesome. Lots of good requests. Let's see. Bone, knee, and joint health. Absolutely. Success and harmony. We've got success. Gotcha. Return of pet cat and sense of living, sense of life. I think we'll get there. And prosperity for your mom, covered in citrine. And we're also going to do chrysoprase. We already have peridot. Flower agate, white coral. Okay, some other good ones there. Okay, good stuff. And for energy replenishment, awesome stuff. Okay, so let's dive in. Ooh, Fiat Luna, good to see you. Susan, welcome back. Key, welcome back. Red Tiger Eye and Lapis. Okay, let's start building. And then you can keep on requesting. I'll keep flipping back and forth and adding more in. Let's start off with, we've got chrysoprase. This helps with overcoming disappointment and also with avoiding burnout. Sometimes when we have a long way to go, like a far set goal, it can get really hard to see the progress we've made because we still see the amazing amount of distance between us and the finish line, and it can be really daunting. And sometimes, things don't work out and we have to either start over or there's some kind of setback along the way and we feel like just throwing in the towel. Chrysoprase helps us to stick to it, keep going with it, seeing the progress that we've already made, being able to take that to heart, being able to take some really healthy pride in that. It's also really helpful for picking up the pieces after something has kind of gone kablooey. But yeah, follow through as well. This is one that helps you celebrate the milestones you've already made and take that to heart while you continue on your journey. So let's go ahead and bring that out. We've also got, let's see, we've got some jet. Jet is fossilized wood, but it's different than traditional fossilized wood, and it'll look quite different. Jet is what happens when wood is fossilized through violent, like intense fire activity, usually a volcano. This was once wood. This was once a tree. And something catastrophic happened, and it died as a tree, and it transformed into something else. And in that, it helps us to come to terms with grief. It allows us to be present in our grief without being overwhelmed by it or numb to it, so that we can actually work through it in a meaningful way. It's really supportive, and it allows us to gently, slowly, at our own pace, work through all of the things that come up with grief. Because grief is a combination of all the things that it brings up too. It's extremely complex. We have for bringing energy back into play, especially Reiki energy. If you feel a little energy depleted, especially after you've been sick or anything, rutilated quartz can be incredible. If you're looking to keep from being ill as well, this is thought to like help give you some energy, especially if you just feel a little run down and you don't want to keep getting run down. It's also helpful for directing healing energy exactly where it needs to go and balancing the mind-body connection. So we'll bring that in. It's a wonderful all-purpose healing stone. Yay, we've got that. Hi, Sammy. Good to see you. You brought a bunch today for seasonal depression grid. Gotcha. Do you work with Aqua Aura for that at all? Or have you worked with Aqua Aura for that? Because I've been reading that that's more suggested for seasonal depression, and that's not something I struggle with, so I don't really know for sure. I know it's helped me with depression. I can say that personally, it's been helpful. Let's see. What else do we have? Flower agate, white coral. Flower agate helps us to blossom into the next version of ourselves. This allows us to see a bigger version of ourselves, allows us to more easily let go of the past, and to begin to take a little bit of healthy self-assuredness from the transformation we've undergone. So let's go ahead and make some space for that right here in the middle. Okay. White coral helps with continuing on our spiritual purpose without distraction, without getting sidetracked, without suddenly feeling like, oh my gosh, what path am I on? I can't really do this. This helps us to start to make decisions that are in lockstep with our goals on a more spiritual level and on a more seeing it as your life's work kind of journey. So we'll bring that in as well. For now, we will leave them stacked and we'll see where they end up going. For joints and bones and all of that stuff, we have Howlite. Howlite is... Here, let me actually bring in a couple of... There we go. Howlite is a stone that can be absolutely excellent for anger, resentment, and all of those really difficult feelings. It can allow us to move through what those feelings are motivating us to do, the changes that it's motivating us to undertake, so that we don't become just sort of victimized by the anger and resentment, or, lash out and use it at someone else rather than as a catalyst for change. It can also be exceptional when it comes to the bones, the teeth, and the hair, particularly around the joints. So this is thought to help everything from calcium absorption to bone density to all of those good things. So we'll bring that in. This also helps too with stability, like feeling stable, as well as being aware of your blessings. And it's thought to be really helpful for like completion of learning too. Let's see. Red tiger eye is highly protective of all of the things. It's whether it's mundane, just walking around daily life, or magical, like anything from bullying to picking on to triangulating, all of that kind of stuff, to like psychic attack, negative, malevolent, magical workings, any of that kind of stuff. This is extremely protective. This is also one that can help to attract money in a quickness, if that's your intention to work on it with that, like quick, I need some influx of cash. It's very, very very protective. Good for, like I said, protective on the mundane and in the spiritual ways. Lapis is excellent for pain and inflammation, but even more so, it's a stone that I often think of as like integrity, honest, open communication, working with people who value honesty, openness, helping you to communicate with that open dialogue of truth, helping hold a space for that to continue, as well as helping with disorganization. So if you have these qualities, or you want to develop these qualities within yourself, or you want to create a relationship or business arrangement based on those principles, this can be a great stone to have around. Oh, and the kitties are doing great. They are doing so great. They are so big. They are getting so big. They are definitely not kitties anymore. They're pretty much almost full-sized cats. So they're between 5 and 6 months now. So they're rapidly leaving kitten land. But it's beautiful. And let's see. And we will get to weight loss and cardio because we will have a few for cardio too. Let's see. Vincent, hello, heart. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Yes, your Aqua Aura is all in use at the moment. Awesome. Awesome. I hope that helps. Thank you for sharing that too. That's good to hear. Oh yeah, they are just too stinking cute. You have a calico too? Reiki for your left ankle, sprained it, and peace and harmony for your job, depression, anxiety, empath, home balance. Gotcha. Yeah, let's definitely do... Oh, Kara also uses Aqua Aura for seasonal depression and general depression. You got yours for social anxiety. Cool. Let's actually bring that out, because here we're talking about it and nobody can see it. Aqua Aura is clear quartz that has been processed through a man-made process. Something similar to anodization, where it's processed using titanium, which gives it this bluish look. And it's really thought to be helpful for things like depression and all the, apparently, seasonal depression as well. I've definitely found it really helpful. Of course, it's not the only thing that's helpful. You know, I take meds, I do Reiki, I do so many different things to help. It's definitely more like finding the perfect recipe day to day, but this has definitely been supportive. So let's bring in some of this. Thank you. Thank you, heart. Oh, you have a calico too. Boo Boo is her name. I love it. Okay, so let's see. So for sprained ankle, we have Howlite, which is good for the bones and the joints. I'm also going to bring out some dumortierite, which is one of the things it does is it's helpful for ligaments and tendons. So it's also fantastic for pent-up anger in much the same way that Howlite is. It helps tidiness, so if that's a thing you're looking to get into this weekend along with the lapis, this can help. It's also helpful for standing up for yourself and dealing with chaotic energy, or if you have a strong Uranus placement, or if there's a Uranus transit that's really impacting your chart, this can be really helpful. But yeah, even situations that seem like there's just no hope, it's beyond anything, this can be supportive of it. So let's go ahead and bring this in. I feel like this helps with those secondary tissues, but it also is helpful for so many other things. Like, speaking up for ourselves is a hard thing around the holidays. I mean, it's a hard thing any day, but like the holidays definitely do not make that easier. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring that here. So that's dumortierite. The dumortierite actually came from Jennifer Vatz's crystal shop. If you go on Etsy, that is Belladonna Botanicals. So yeah, West Philly represent West Philly. Oh, thank you for suggesting a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Amazonite is also good for seasonal depression. Well, let's bring that in too. Let's see. Amethyst. Oh, there's some good ones there. Amethyst, Hematite, Herkimer, Iolite. Amethyst is good for so many things. There's a reason it's so common and so often used. I often see it as like a very initial stone of spiritual connection. It's almost like baby's first spiritual stone, but it's also good in ways that we are opening up to new ways of connecting to spirituality. It helps us to own what is ours and take responsibility for ourselves and not take over responsibility that is other folks. And in that way, it can be really helpful for folks that are in 12-step type recovery programs, anyone who's struggling with things like, what's the term I wanted to use, codependency or anything like it, or even just sort of renegotiating relationship boundaries. This can be really supportive, but it's also deeply calming, deeply relaxing, and it can aid sleep in a very powerful way. So let's go ahead and bring that in. It can aid intuition to a point, and it's tends to be very gentle in how it goes about doing that. Iolite is helpful for shamanic journey work or any kind of visionary meditation. If you're somebody who does energy healing, for example, and you get a lot of visual cues and visual guidance, Iolite can be really helpful to sort of hone that. It works very strongly with the third eye, but it's also a very strong and grounding third eye stone. So if you're looking for that opening to intuition for visible cues and not getting super ungrounded, this can be really helpful. It's also thought to be very, very helpful for, again, sleep, better sleep, especially sleep disturbances around psychic stuff and intuitive stuff and energy stuff, and money management, as well as losing weight. So we use Iolite a lot because there's so much that it can provide. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, blue lace agate is also wonderful for better communication during the holidays, especially in groups. I could not agree more. It's also good for like loving yourself enough to speak up. Or if you have to speak up and you want it to come across really sensitive, like it's something that's hard for you to say and you want it to come across in a way that is supportive but still corrective to someone, that can be a great stone. Green kyanite, yeah. Absolutely do have some green kyanite. Green kyanite. green kyanite we used during the height of Omicron, for sure, because this is so helpful for the lungs. It's also great for balancing the heart and our spiritual connection. And it's just like blue kyanite, except that it's green. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Where shall we place it? Oh, let's put it here. Go. And as far as green kyanite, I know we looked this up, but I feel like it's not sticking in my mind. I want to look it up again. If we have time. Yeah, here they pretty much talk about the blue. And this, I'm checking in, by the way, with Philip Hermit. Definitely helpful with connecting to spirituality, but also connecting with your heart center and finding a balance there. Sometimes when we're learning spiritual truths, we can have that odds with our heart center and almost get judging on ourselves or self-deprecating or thinking like, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not worthy of that. And that's where green kyanite is one that comes in for me to use it in that way, but I'm always fascinated what other people have to say about it. Let's see, we'll check one more book. Yeah, only black kyanites in this. But that's how I use it, is often, yeah, to like, as I'm connecting and getting spiritual messages, like adjusting myself to ultimate compassion so that I can see that those spiritual truths definitely are, like, I'm definitely worthy of those spiritual truths. It can be helpful with that. But also just lung health in general. So, yeah, connecting with spirit, understanding spirit as well. Blue kyanite is excellent for that too. We will move on to Herkimer. Helps to take what we're manifesting and put the spin on it that it be in the best, most grounded way to serve not just what we want and need, but what would best serve the community and all of those involved. So, very spiritual stone in that way. Helps intuition. It helps with metabolism. So for those of you with weight loss goals, that's definitely a thing. It helps also with balancing discordant energy. And this is where I feel like it could help Susan with, you know, blending two households together, including the cats in those households. This can help balance that like choppy energy of bringing people and animals together. So we'll bring that in. I think I know what we'll do. Make a little room for this here. We go. Amazonite we saw as being suggested for seasonal depression as well. And let's definitely bring it out. We've been using it a lot lately for self-respect and self-care, including seeing ourselves as worthy and deserving of financial support and being paid adequately for what we do. It can also help with neurological function, and specifically with the spine and the spinal nerves. This can help with things like sciatica, as well as things like spinal stenosis, anything with the nerves coming off the spine. I struggle with that too. It's more of like a gait type problems and like stability in my lower limbs, but it can be very helpful for that. Anybody who is a natural caregiver, either by what they do in a profession or just that person in their community, this can be really helpful. Reminds us that we need to take care of ourselves because we are just as important as those we love and care about and take care of. Wonderful for nurses and social workers and everybody else who does such wonderful things. Let's go ahead. I know we had release from energy of others and the angst of extended family emotions. Yeah. Let's do I feel like mahogany obsidian's a good one. This is one where it's like a perfection is the enemy of progress in some ways, but also where we feel like we're not enough or like we have to prove something, like this unattainable perfect to get validated and be acceptable. And then ultimately anybody who would need to see you as perfect in order to like consider you valid, they're always going to find a fault because it's not about that. But mahogany obsidian helps us to ground in ourselves a little bit better and remind ourselves that, perfection isn't really a thing. Everything is always in shift. It's always in flux. This reminds us that we are more than the sum of our parts. The effort we put forward is not without value unless it meets a certain very, very thin realm of criteria. And it can be very helpful in those situations where we feel like we're being asked to prove ourselves or expected to prove ourselves or feel like we have to in order to be there. Okay, so that is mahogany obsidian. What did I just add for a massage as well? Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you, Fiat Luna. Absolutely. Amazonite is excellent for the spine and for caregiving. A wonderful stone. It can come in a lot of different varieties of how it looks. It can be darker like these with the white striations. It can be a lighter like pale blue-green. Very, very powerful stone and balancing stone. I also think I saw, here we go. Letting go of pressure, anxiety, maybe some heart healing. Gotcha. Definitely green calcite, pressure and anxiety. This is one that helps to lift that mood. It brings calmness and reassurance. This can also be helpful for what Heart was requesting. This reassurance and that we don't have to stress about making everything right so that everything will be okay. It relieves the pressure a little bit and it eases the anxiety that can bring out. It also helps to bring up some support around the nervousness we might feel, any type of like overt nervousness, and even laughter at our own expense. It can help lighten the mood when things are really heavy. So let's bring that. Heart healing for sure. Finding your own space, literally and metaphorically, letting go of worry. So weight loss we have annihilate, quitting smoking, recovery from a stroke. Stroke recovery is definitely blue kyanite. Blue kyanite is very much linked with neurological function, especially when it comes to stroke, if it's impacting speed, mobility, and ability to speak. So speech, all of those things. When we talk about spiritual guidance, it helps us to better understand the guidance that's coming through, whether that's in dreams, when it's reading cards, however you hear guidance from your guides. If you're like, I just don't understand it, I feel like I can't quite get it, this is a great stone to work with. Also helps with radical acceptance exactly as we are. And for those of you who are saying things like, you know, this pent up idea of not being good enough, or oh, hey, welcome in, Rayonia. Oh, no, it's totally okay to be late. It's all good. Yeah, when it comes to this high expectations of people around the holidays, it can be really, really hard to navigate. This is one that helps you feel pride in exactly who you are, regardless of whatever that looks like. So it can be a very freeing stone in that regard to that. So let's bring this in. Let's continue the kyanite line. There we go. So green and blue are there. Unakite helps with smoking cessation, as well as anything having to do with women's health, fertility, with labor, birth, delivery, menopause, onset of menses, all of those things. Also the circulatory heart, like the cardiac system, so Korakar, that's for you, as well as metabolism and body fluids. Also helps with just having good relationships in general. So that's Unakite. And I think, there we go. Labradorite and fluorite. I don't think I have celestial quartz, do I? Is that Tibetan quartz? Is that the one that we said is more or less the same last time? This is Tibetan quartz. It may also go as celestial quartz. Let me know if it's the same stone. I'm not sure, but I can definitely bring in the labradorite and the fluorite. Fluorite will definitely help where I saw the other request for healing and peace in the work zone, the work setting. This is definitely a good one. This is one that's generally, I see it as just calm and peace. It's the one that I add right away when I think like, I just need this space to be as calm and peaceful as possible. And this is fluorite. This is how it naturally grows. It comes in like clear and green and purple and different variations therein. Let's put that near the green calcite because I feel like leaving the anxiety and also bringing in the calm sounds like a total win to me. There we go. Labradorite, like I said, it's another one for good sleep. It goes along with iolite and amazonite in that regard, but it also helps to calm like work disputes, especially if you work in customer service, which for those of you who do, you are in that time of year. I get it. This also can be really helpful for research and study, anything that involves a lot of attention to detail. If you're doing research on something, even something to purchase, like a big purchase, or looking to buy a house, or you work in like data processing or data management, this can be really helpful to find like bits of code that are out of alignment. And as well as just detailed attention to everything and clairvoyance as well. So it's linked with travel too. It's thought to bring more joy of travel. So that can be helpful for those of you who might be traveling in the coming weeks. So that's labradorite. You have celestial smoky quartz from Africa. Okay. Yeah, Tibetan quartz is gorgeous. If celestial quartz is from Africa, it may be a very different stone. Not sure. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. And Rayona, if you're still here, you can feel free to make any requests for your healing that you'd like if you want to. There were also some other requests that I missed here. Yeah, that was for Sammy, requests with peace and harmony on the job. Empath and home balancing. Home balancing, Herkimer. Shungite or black tourmaline can help like with clearing energy. I'm actually feeling the intuition to pull on some Dalmatian jasper. One of the many amazing empath stones. This actually has black tourmaline in it. And black tourmaline helps to dispel negative or less than optimal energies. And going through the jasper like this really brings it through our auric field. It allows us to kind of get a deep clean in our energy field, especially if you're someone who is empathic, somebody who is prone to taking on a lot of other people's energy or being around a lot of energy and then feeling really depleted later. This is one of those stones that can help keep your energy field clear. So, Dalmatian jasper. If you're feeling energetically drained, it can be a good one to help clear as well. And I know around the holidays, just a lot of times, you might just be going to like shop around, like go to like us here in Philly going to the Christmas village. Sometimes it's just such a stressful feeling. Like sometimes it just feels really nice. And other times it's just like, oh, I feel like everyone's here with like such a long list and so many things to do. The energy is just intense. Dalmatian jasper can be really helpful with that. Dendritic chalcedony. I don't have it out here, but I can grab it next time. Yeah, celestial and Tibetan are not the same. Okay. We also had a list here and I stopped halfway through. There we go. Okay, so rutilated, smoky. We have aqua aura, angelite, the Kundalini Awakening Stone, aragonite with Caribbean calcite. We have amethyst. We have citrine, hematite. This is another great one for clearing and grounding. The ancient Greeks thought that it was useful for clearing the blood, which is why it starts with the prefix hema, as like in hemoglobin. And we often see it today used as being deeply grounded and helping our body to purge energy that we just no longer need. So we'll bring that in. Angelite, as the name would suggest, aids in our connection with and communication with the angels. So whether you want to simply feel them around you more, or if you are looking for a specific message, or if you like work with your angels in a way where you do dialogue, this can help support that. It's a beautiful gift for anyone that's like empathic but doesn't quite know how they want to use those skills to like connect with something. It's very protective, loving energy in that it's angelic. this. I love that. Okay. Aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. Aragonite is a type of calcite that is a brownish color, and it helps with the earth star chakra, the root chakra, and taking our energy that we use to connect to the earth and to be physically vital, but also to take all of our intentions and all the things we want to do and make them physically tangible. Like when you think you know what you want to do, when you know what you want to do, but it's a matter of getting it done. This is a great stone, is aragonite. But then with the blue Caribbean calcite, that focuses on like the third eye and crown, which are the upper chakras, which is collective consciousness, interconnectedness of all things, and spiritual guidance. So by balancing both sides of the chakral field, we help to open up the channels and pathways between them and around them. And this can help support a healthy flow of Kundalini energy, which is our own sacred energy that is curled at the base of the spine. So if you find that you're having a Kundalini awakenings or you're getting symptoms of that, this is one that can help balance that so that you can continue to connect with it, but not necessarily be frightened or off-put by it or off-balanced by it. So let's put that here. And here. We'll also have smoky. Smoky quartz is so helpful for things like transmutation. It really helps to not just move the energy, but also to fundamentally change it and recycle it. This helps with calming worry in a big way too. This is a big calming stone, very protective. It was even used in the Middle Ages to protect a property or a place from theft. You might put it on an item that was very valuable to you that you didn't want stolen as well. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful stone. And we're going to bring in this heart here. Do that. And rutilated. Celestial refers to multi-layered or etched quartz with many terminations all over the stone. Celestial formations may occur in many types of stones, specifically quartz. I don't have aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite for sale. I am looking for some though. And if you do look for it, there's definitely, the jasper for feeling drained, Dalmatian jasper. I actually might have some Caribbean blue calcite for sale. I'll check. It's definitely not on the website yet, but I'll check. But if you do find any, there's some really beautiful stuff being mined. The price should be pretty fair. Another place I can recommend checking, if Jen doesn't have any in her store, Belladonna Botanicals on Etsy, you can also check Rainbows of Healing. They're my Reiki teachers, and they're up in Langhorne, PA, and they ship. They're very active on Instagram. They have a great Instagram page, and they have usually a crystal auction like every couple of Sunday nights. But you can look at a lot of their stock online. You can go in person if you're near Langhorne, PA. But yeah, I would suggest them as another place. But yeah, you can definitely find it. But I'll see if I have any that I can part with and sell to you. You're very welcome, Rayonia. I'll look for celestial quartz. I don't think I have it though. I'm almost certain I don't. Okay, cool. So let's see. Just seeing if I missed anything. I think we're getting good. Let's do for communication in groups and things. I have some ideas. Let's see, general anxiety, depression. Cool. Okay, so I think I know what I'm picking for my stones to vote on. Okay. So yeah, so I will put in the rutilated quartz, and then we're going to do the thing that I do where I pick a couple of stones that I think would be really helpful for all of the requests that everyone put out, and you'll vote on them while I explain what Reiki is all about. So let me, oh, we did add rutilated quartz. It's in there. Okay, so we'll just jump right ahead. So the first stone that I can recommend, and I recommended this at 4 o'clock, but I think it's still relevant, is blue tiger eye. Blue tiger eye helps us to speak our piece. It protects truth tellers. It also helps with, especially with those family situations where it's like the truth changes depending on whose mood it suits and that kind of thing. This helps protect the truth tellers. It helps protect against things like triangulation. It's good for facts over feelings. It's also good for writing and public speaking, but speaking your truth, even boldly if necessary, and calm and ease in that, finding a sense of calm and ease in that. So that's blue tiger eye. And the other is blue lace agate. Blue lace agate is good for like the sore throats and things too, which I know so many people are struggling with. But as was mentioned in the chat, it's another good one for communicating around families. It helps you to be gentle on yourself. It helps you to communicate difficult things as sensitively as possible, but it also helps support you as you say things that are difficult to get out. So also good for arthritis and fractures. It's thought to have some affinity to that, as well as tension headaches. So go ahead and vote on which one we want to add to the crystal grid. And yeah, I have no idea how that's going to end, but know that, if you're new here, you're not limited to just one vote. I'm going to quickly explain Reiki, and then we will get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad that you are here. You can go ahead and learn more about me, my online Reiki certification classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media, all of it linked in the description below. And thank you again for being a part of this grid. Everyone that made any request, thank you for contributing to the communal chi. That really helps everything to flow. So Usui Reiki is the style that I work with most. And it's named after the method's founder, Mikao Usui, and he started this particular method or approach in the early 1920s in Japan. He was Japanese, and he's very much influenced by things like Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, but he also studied several other things, like he was a Tendai Buddhist monk, so he studied a lot of esoteric Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, lots of other spiritual paths, lots of indigenous shamanic paths, as well as even predecessor to Aikido martial arts. So he had a lot of really extensive spiritual background. But the very, very core of his style of Reiki, the understanding of just what Reiki is really, really a foundation of Shintoism, in which everything has a soul and everything is interconnected. In that interconnectedness of all souls, there are different frequencies, or a good enough term, to basically talk about the energies that flow between everyone. Usui Reiki, and really Reiki in general, it translates to spiritually guided soul energy. And so in that being said, it's not my energy, it's not your energy, it's really an energy that we all have access to, and that's flowing through all of us all the time. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting with that energy intentionally and sending more of it to you to support your greater healing good, whatever it might look like. Our body, mind, and spirit are always working with this energy. It's flowing through all of us all the time. Our body, mind, and spirit automatically know how to work with this energy to support our greater balance. And so by having more of this energy come in, it just allows more of that to take place. So you may feel sensations on the physical level in your body. You may feel some emotions shifting or coming up. It may be more of like the mental side. You may get some ideas, thoughts, or your subconscious coming through that gives you some insight and clarity. You may also notice any kind of spiritual guidance that wants to come through, intuitions, things like that. You may also just notice that you feel really relaxed and sleepy and that you kind of want to take a nap. That's also fine. During the session, you don't need to do anything. I suggest you get as physically comfortable as you can, sitting up, lying down, covering your eyes, whatever feels right, and just be, just exist. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent or quiet. You can if you want to, but really, if you find that you've got the same ideas coming to mind and it feels like your mind is getting away from you, take a few deep breaths. Might actually be there to illuminate something or let something go. But there's no wrong way to enjoy this time. You can simply lay down and even take a nap, or you can stretch, move, bend, grab a guitar, journal, whatever feels right to you. And at the end of the session, which will last 25 minutes, you'll hear my voice come back in. I will invite you to take a deep breath in and out, slowly come back to your body, and at that time, I'll reopen the chat, and I will invite you to share anything you feel inclined to or ask any questions you have. From there, we'll go on ahead about our evening and enjoy. Reiki energy, because it flows through all of us and connects and unites all of us, it doesn't matter where you are in terms of miles or kilometers, and it also doesn't matter where you are in terms of time. So if you're watching this in the future as a recording, hello from the past, this will work just as well. So go ahead and enjoy in whatever way feels right to you. Know that if you need or want a healing, I'm here 5 times a week doing my thing here. You can also find the links in my description to book a one-on-one session or a one-on-one reading. And you can also watch the replays in the past healing playlist and simply pick one by the crystal grid in the thumbnail and either enjoy all the crystal chat in the beginning and then get some healing, or simply skip ahead to where the lights are shifting and then just get the healing, whatever feels right to you. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share Reiki with all of you today. So let's see what won the vote, and we'll get into the healing. One quick note is that I will lower the lights during the session. The lights will move gently and slowly through lots of different colors, but at no point will they flash or strobe. And the music that I will turn up is created by another YouTuber, and we have been able to use it in our stream. I've been able to purchase the rights to it. If you'd like to check out her channel and learn more about her, her information is in the description as well. So thanks again for being here, and let's go ahead and see what won the vote. Awesome. Ooh, that looks pretty so far. Is it both? Both. It's always both. 2 is better than 1. Indeed it is. So let's go ahead and bring some blue tiger eye. Blue tiger eye. There we go. And we will bring in some Ooh, no, that'll be a little crowded. Let's do, yeah, that's better. So there's our blue tiger eye. And then for our blue lace agate, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle it into the copper. Yeah, I love that. Cool. So we are good. We are kicking with gas. And I think we are ready to get our healing on. So everybody go ahead and get nice and cozy. I will set the music and the lights, and I will see you all in 25 minutes. Thanks again for being here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream. And I will see you all in 25. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Stretch, move, and bend. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. And if you'd like to ask any questions or share anything, the chat is open. You're so welcome, heart. Little cat decided to join me. Oh, Chris, you saw yourself on top of a mountain. That sounds beautiful. And heart, you're so welcome. You're so welcome, Vincent. You're so welcome, Chris. Thank you so much for being here. You're so welcome, Sammy. Yeah, some lovely, relaxing kitten purrs. Oh, you're all so welcome. You're welcome, Jen. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to even tell what happened. It's almost like we go to another place. Oh, wow. Yeah, you really do have some energy opening up there, Susan. Yeah, Susan, if you feel like you need to like ground or move any of that energy, Epsom salt or just any kind of soak. Yeah. Not sure if you all can see the cat in my arm. You're so welcome, Susan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is really nice to have a place of kindness, and thank you all for being a part of it. Look at you. You want my hands to yourself? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Susan. I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Take care of yourselves. I will see you Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here. Yeah, she's super cute. Yeah, you're super cute. Thank you all again so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your weekend. And definitely thank you all so much for helping create and keep this space full of so much love and support. We all could really use it, but it's definitely a collaborative effort with all of you helping. So thank you for that. So have a beautiful weekend. And I hope to see you all again soon. And bye for now.